District for 5 minutes for questions.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And thank you to our witnesses for your testimony today. As we know, affordability is a huge challenge. While the majority has passed one big, beautiful bill, their policies have increased energy bills by hundreds of dollars a year for families across America. This is on top of higher costs at the grocery store and diminishing coverage at the doctor's office. Instead of dealing with this affordability crisis, the president has mandated that outdated coal plants keep running, which will cost ratepayers billions of dollars a year. Republicans have proposed bill after bill to roll back efficiency standards, which would only lock in higher costs for families. Americans are being squeezed on many fronts, and for utility bills, they simply have to eat the cost or turn out the lights. For renters, this issue is especially urgent because while they pay their own energy bills, they don't have control over whether their homes and appliances are energy efficient. So, Ms. Saul-Rinaldi, can you explain how strong appliance standards and building codes protect renters and homeowners from higher monthly bills?
Absolutely, and you're correct that split incentive is critical for the third of the country that rents, and that one of the key issues that that appliance standards can do is that a typical household has saved $576 per house per year as a result of applying equipment standards. So once these purchases are made by the landlord for the renter, those energy savings are recouped by the renter. So by setting a standard as the lowest cost that a landlord can put into a home or apartment is critical. And homeowners get the same. They purchase the appliance with some potentially an upfront cost, potentially not. I think the costs of appliances aren't necessarily weighed directly against standards. There's also inflation. There's also the cost of the installation. So there's many things that go into the cost of installing a new unit and why those costs might go up. But the appliance standards and the building standards are just setting a baseline to make sure that we are protecting our homeowners and our renters from appliances that are really wasteful.
Thank you for that. I'd also like to take a moment to talk about the impact of housing codes on resilience to extreme weather for both buildings and the electric grid. According to a FEMA report from the first Trump administration, communities with modern building codes avoid $32 billion with a B in disaster losses over 20 years, compared to places without them. That's why I introduced my Weatherization, Resilience, and Adaptation Program, or WRAP Act, to help low-income families harden their homes against natural hazards. We also know that more energy-efficient homes and appliances will reduce strain on the grid by lowering demand during heat waves and cold snaps. So again, Ms. Saul-Rinaldi, beyond lowering bills, can you speak to how stronger codes and home hardening investments work together to reduce our disaster losses?
Well, one important piece that you noted is that when you upgrade the efficiency of a home, it also means that that insulation helps that home withstand heat or the loss of, if it's during a heat wave, they can withstand the energy, air conditioning. It can hold in the air conditioning. It can hold in the heat if they've lost power if it's cold out. So it makes the home itself act a bit like a cooler rather than a paper bag. And so the home itself helps maintain the temperatures within it, even if there's a loss of power. So that's one of the key ways that it helps. There's also just in general, the homes are built with sturdier, and those sturdier homes are able to withstand some of the more extreme weather events that we've been seeing.
Appreciate that answer very much. Thank you all for your testimony. Mr. Chair, I yield back.
Thank you. The